What's up, everybody? So it's evening now. It's almost 5:30 in the evening, and it's been a rather slow day. I have got some homework done, practiced a little guitar. Uh, I did try a new smoothie for breakfast. It was really good. Had a really healthy breakfast, actually. A Cliff Bar smoothie, some almonds, a cup of fruit that I've still been munching on here and there. For lunch, I tried a new wrap. It was a steak salad wrap, is what it's called. And it was actually, it was pretty good, although, I don't know, there was something in it I didn't like the flavor of. Like, overall, it was really good, but occasionally you'd get a bite of whatever that was, and it wasn't for me. With that being said, I am pretty tired today. I almost took a nap earlier, but did not. What happens is, if I do take a nap in the day, then I can usually stay up later at night. But I pretty much am always getting up around 8 o'clock every morning, because that's when people start coming in to start treatment, start coming in for doctors stopping it by. Everything basically starts at like 8 a.m. So if I go to bed at 2 a.m., from 2 to 8, and then I wake up multiple times throughout that period as well. So, you're not talking much sleep, which requires a nap. But taking a nap means you're going to go to bed later, and it's just a continual cycle that just perpetually goes on. But that's kind of the routine thing while I'm in here. I don't really worry about having a perfect sleep schedule simply because, hospital life is going 24/7, and while at night it is the best time to sleep, I have no problem taking a nap when it is still light outside. That also means I have no problem doing homework at 2 a.m. either, if I am awake enough to do so, which I actually did last week. I stayed up pretty late finishing that essay, and overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I was able to write most of it in one night. For me, that's how I like to write things. I like to just sit down, and it just keeps coming, and I write most of it or all of it, usually in one sitting, and then I'll go back to it and edit a little bit here or there. But yeah, it's just good to have that over with, which I'm sure I've already mentioned in the previous vlog. Lately, with making these vlogs, I've found a new passion in making videos. I grew up as a kid. We always made videos. It was so much fun. We grew up we literally started out making silent films with a makeshift camera that could record to VHS. It's really complicated. I can't really explain it very well. I might explain it in maybe another video, but it would take like a whole video to probably explain. It was like a makeshift camera, but we didn't have audio. Then we figured out eventually how to add a microphone. And it's like we kept going through different methods and ways of making videos until we finally got, a pretty decent little camcorder that we could actually put on the computer and at least edit a little bit. But as with all things, that kind of faded out. But getting back into making videos, I'm finding kind of a new passion and interest in it. So as of now, I will probably just continue to make vlogs even after I leave the hospital. This was kind of an experiment for me to give me something to do, but also just to see what it's like to make videos about every day. And honestly, when I get back, there's going to be a lot more content, a lot more stuff going on. So I could probably make a video about every day. If that is something you all are interested in, just comment down below and let me know. I love your all's feedback, and we'll just go from there. I am becoming much more comfortable behind the camera. It's just almost becoming second nature. It's not at that point yet, but I'm hoping eventually it will be. There is a side effect to editing and making videos. Lately I've been watching some stuff on how like commercials are made, how different shots of movies are made. And the thing is, once you start thinking like this, you can't really watch a commercial or a movie or any cinematic production really without thinking, I wonder how they filmed that. I wonder how they got that shot. And so it's kind of the same thing when I started photography. It's like, how would I photograph this? What angle would this be good at? And once you just start down this road of photography / videography, you are always looking for new concepts and new ideas, and you're always trying to almost see the world through a lens, whether you have one or not. And I think that really helps in being creative. And when you do have a lens, you're able to say, okay, you know, you're getting all this improv practice in that you don't even realize. So it's definitely really something that I'm excited about. And back to the treatments and medical situation. So with all of that being said, with all the extra treatments I'm going to be doing, the day for me to leave was looking to be tomorrow. But with them wanting to continue the more intense physiotherapy, I will probably be here a few more days. I do not know how long. I don't know if it'll be a couple days or close to a week longer. But I'll definitely keep you all updated with these vlogs. If you follow me on social media, I'll try to keep up with things a little bit in my Instagram stories or Facebook. I'm really wanting to get some new content out soon as well. Stuff, not necessarily a vlog, but just, you know, like top 10 lists or, you know, just fun stuff to add to the channel. Although overall it's still going to remain a vlogging channel. It's going to be just a personal blog, really, in video form of my day-to-day life. Of course includes CF, but that's going to be everything from adventures to school to especially when I start nursing school. That's going to be a very interesting journey, and I'll definitely take everyone along with me in these videos, show you what it's like. It's going to be very interesting because nursing school is going to be hard enough for, you know, a normal healthy person, let alone having to take care of CF and all this as well. I wanted to talk just a moment about kind of why I chose to start a vlog. It's something that I've always kind of been afraid to do. I've not always been completely open about CF. There was a few years that I kept it hidden, even at church and in various places. You know, kind of, it was only on a need-to-know basis that I would tell people. But I learned that there was a lot of liberty and liberation in just being open about it, because you don't have to, you know, I don't have to like hide when I take my Creon in public, or hide if I need to take an inhaler, which I don't use very often, but occasionally I do. But I don't have to hide these things anymore and worry if somebody sees me and then asks me a question. It does feel very empowering. And I think really what really helped me was just starting blogging and sharing life experiences, and that led to, first it was just kind of a personal / life spiritual type blog, and then I did start a CF blog, and then that just led one thing to another, and until, you know, here I am making actual like videos. And I still remember a great friend at church. It was a couple years ago now. You know, he pulled me to the side one day and said, "Hey man, you know, you really could make a difference sharing your story." And I still remember being like just afraid about it, and like, no, there's no way, that I really could do that. Like, I admired people with CF that had vlogs that were open about it, that could just, not be worried what people thought about them or anything. So growing up, I really wasn't worried about it. There's just somewhere in my teenage years, there was just a point that happened. But it's so cool to see how far I've come, to see how far the Lord's brought me. And I mean, I'm not afraid anymore of people knowing. And even lately, besides all of that, I'm learning to do things that I'm afraid of. I'm learning that there's no point in being afraid of things, because, of course, the Bible talks about, like, God hasn't given us a spirit of fear. But, not only that, but, life is short. We're here for such a short time. It's pointless to be afraid of things and just not live life. So when I come up to things that I'm afraid of, I'm making it a habit to do things that scare me. Now, that's not to say, go wrestle a grizzly bear or something. Like, I mean things that, fear that you shouldn't have. Like, of course, we should have that fear of, danger. Like, we should be afraid of grizzly bears. At least, being close to them. We should be afraid of, rattlesnakes, or just things that are dangerous. We should have that natural fear and respect to respect wild animals, to respect, cold weather, that you don't just, you don't just go jump in a lake when it's 0 degrees outside and get hypothermia. I mean, there is a certain type of healthy, natural fear. What I'm talking about is that fear that whether it's just being afraid of what people think about you, whether it's being afraid to step out and do something, to follow a dream, or to be creative in some way that puts yourself out there. Don't be afraid to do that. It's so important just to be yourself, to be who God's created you to be. And if you're pleasing Him, pleasing people doesn't matter. Thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment down below any questions you may have. The way YouTube works, it's really important to interact with the video, because that shows YouTube that it's an interesting video. It's going to become more recommended for other people. So be sure to do that. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I will see you next time.